Hey guys, and welcome back to the Absolute Mom. Today we are going to show you what we have been busy with. So we have like a whole bunch of spring stuff that we're trying to prep and prepare for. We kind of went from really cold, freezing weather where we were still wearing our winter jackets to this week all of a sudden it is in the 90s. So we need to get our garden going, and we have decided to expand it and like switch around what we do and stuff, and with that comes a lot of prep work and hard work. So we're gonna be busy. So first thing this morning, we had a whole bunch of brown bananas. So we made a lot of different banana muffins and banana breads. And so none of those bananas will go to waste. These are perfect too, because I can put them in the freezer and then the kids can just take them out like the night before or a few hours before they want to eat them. And they'll be all ready for breakfast or a snack or anything they so wish. Alright, so Daddy's been busy. He went and rented a U-Haul and a trailer so that we can get a whole bunch of soil because we need the soil. We are doing raised garden beds. So this is completely full. This is completely full, and we are going to need way more than this. Alright, then while I was at speech with the two little ones and also taking my boy to his ice skating lessons, Daddy and my oldest one decided to come out here on the back patio, and this outdoor rug has been outdoor now for I think 3 years. It had a lot of like mold and mildew and just dirtiness on it, and so they scrubbed the heck out of it, and you can't even tell anymore. It looks so good. So that's all prepped for us to be able to get like all of our garden stuff set out and get our patio out. We love this area. And then a few days ago, before the weekend, we ended up going shopping for a lot of the plants that we will be needing. And so our goal this week is those are going to get in the ground so that they don't go to waste. This is a lot of money sitting here. These potters still had like all the dirt in it from last year, and so I've dumped those in the bottom of our raised garden beds so that it uses less soil and I don't go to waste with that. We have this fern plant we always keep, and then our strawberries we had pulled into the garage over the winter time, and they are looking good. Like they still had like all the old leaves on it and everything, so we cut all those back last week, and then these are like really starting to sprout. They're so long because they were looking for the sunlight through those leaves. So once we started getting those leaves off, as you can tell right here, we have new growth and it's going really well. So the kids are excited about that. We're going to expand our strawberries. We're going to expand how many strawberry plants we have, probably by 4 times. Right, these potters also, as you can see, they have dirt and water and all this kind of stuff in it, and I'm just like throwing them in the bottom of the raised garden beds, and that way it's basically like free compost at the same time. We already paid for some really nice soil to go into these pots. They might as well go into the raised garden beds. So this is the design we have. We're discussing whether this will stay open for a pathway down to the playground, but they can always go off. Right here we have a stepway, so they can always get down to the playground from there, or they can come down these stairs from our upper deck and jump across the playground. So we will see which way we end up going with that. And then, like I said, right now we have 4 of these, and they are all 3 foot by 5 foot, I believe is what they end up being, and 17 inches. And there's a chance we're doing one more. So we need to move all that soil back here. Alright, so I haven't gotten my workout in yet, and I might be okay because it's supposed to be a shoulders day, and I don't know if my shoulders are going to move after all of this. So the kids are using 5-gallon buckets. Kenzie has like a little sand castle bucket that she's using. Going down the stairs here, this area has always been so hard to figure out what to do, and we want gardens in it. So this one's almost full. I mean, we got, I don't know, probably like 3 more loads at least for this one. Hi, Cova girl. Hi, Covey. She's so happy. Here comes Kenzie with her little bucket. She's so happy to be helping us, though. All right, so we are filling up with soil. That one's pretty full. This one over here, we just kind of dumped some of the old plant soil in there, and so we're getting going on that one. Same with this one. Kenzie keeps on bringing her little red bucket down and helping us. Good job, baby. All these were little fence posts. We were going to make raised garden beds out of wood around the outside of this round patio, but it just wasn't working out, and our soil is so clay filled that nothing really wants to grow. So we decided instead of investing the money that way, that it was a lot smarter to invest it on true raised beds. All right, here comes hubby with another barrel full. Thank God we have this huge, it's called a gorilla cart. I'll try to see if I can find it on Amazon. I'll link it. This thing is a lifesaver, and it like tips upward also, so you can dump stuff out. And we have used rocks, we've used soil, we've used so much in this, and we love this thing. So, all right, gotta get back to help. All right, my husband just pointed out so much more about that gorilla cart than what I just told you guys. Look at my pretty sign up there, and a bird. This year it's a cardinal, always makes its nest above it, and we love it. Even when that nest blows down during like a storm, like high winds or high rain, the birds remake it exactly in that spot. Out of everything, they pick that one spot. All right, so anyways, that gorilla cart, he says, comes in a whole bunch of different sizes, like even little sizes for little kids, which is so cute. And then the handle obviously pivots so that you can change direction really easily, but the handle part also comes off so that you can connect it to like your riding lawnmower, which we have done in the past, especially with rocks. And it was so nice. Or when we put the rubber mulch all around, that was super nice too, because that stuff is really heavy when you are scooping it and trying to pull it all around. So I'm hoping that I can find it on Amazon and link it for you guys, because it is such a useful tool. We have used it for so many things that our neighbors have borrowed it and used it for so many things that it's held up, like it has no wear and tear, and we even left it outside this last winter, which is a big no-no. Like, we don't leave any of our good stuff outside, but it kind of got put back in an area that we didn't even realize it was. So, all right, here's the kids with more rounds. No, I'm not sitting down in between each one. I just want to update you guys on everything that my husband just taught me about that good old cart. So yeah, I'm gonna go water down as we're putting in. It's garden soil, so it's already like compost and sand and like a whole bunch of stuff all together that the city ends up making. And then you can buy it either by bag or by cubic yard. And we obviously need a cubic yard. And as we're putting it in, I'm evening it out, and then I am watering it down some too, so that there's moisture in the lower parts and not just in the upper parts. So I'm gonna go do that before he comes back with another full bucket of it. Also, I should link these huge, they're 64 ounce, right? 64 ounce jugs. We all have one. Mine's sitting back here, and mine has a little holder too, and I absolutely love it, because when I go to work I can just put the holder over my shoulder and it keeps my hands free. But anyways, these things are a godsend, and my kids drink so much water because of them. They each have one at this point, and I probably should get one for my husband, because during summertime he is outside a lot and he drinks a lot. All right, he's back. I gotta go. You need a shower? She's getting all dirty here. Kova's all tired. We have 2 beds done, 2 more to go. Well, we probably need like 1 more cart per bed there. And then the other 2 are still basically empty. So, all right, keeping going. The trailer's completely empty. We're on to the back of the truck now. So we've cleared quite a bit of it. Oh guys, this is really funny. So these are my cucumber bushes from last year, and we put them into the garage so that they could save. And I have 1 more still, but in a smaller pot. This little Tonka truck that she's getting ready to take up there, I'm putting these on top of that to push all the way over here so that I don't have to carry these big heavy things. So work smarter, not harder. All right, I got the 3rd blueberry bush up here. That one is running around in the water as we're spraying it. We have 3 out of 4 of them completely done. And we easily have half of the back of the truck bed completely full of dirt still. So we're starting to fill up. We have a whole bunch of potted plants, or pots down here. So Kenzie is filling those up for us while we're working on this last bed.
Love is like a roller coaster, but I'm trying to hold on. I don't want it to stop. Even though we fight sometimes and it feels like a war zone, I still care about us. How do you move on when everything goes wrong? I'm trying to find a way to get you out my head. Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget about what we said. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. Baby, pull me closer now before it's over. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Oh, I know that it's difficult dealing with emotions, but I want you to know that you'll always be on my mind, even in the hard times. I care about you. How do you?
It is cooling down outside. It feels really beautiful. It is, let me look, 7:24 at night. It was like real feel over 90 degrees earlier. It feels so much better now that the sun's gone down. And of course, we're like done. We will be so happy when this project's done. It is so tiring. So that's how much we have left in the truck. So we still have quite a bit actually to get used. And we have some areas like in the grass that is a little divoted and all that kind of stuff, or around the garden beds that we're going to end up building up. So we do have some uses for it, but we're so happy. We thought we were going to need double the loads than what we have, and really this is going to work perfectly. And then tomorrow, this whole entire driveway area is going to be full of 3 tons of rocks. So we get to do it all over again, and it's predicted to be 90 for the minimum tomorrow. Good morning. It is day 2 of getting our garden ready. You hear the pretty birds. It's so peaceful out here. I absolutely love our area. So what I'm doing today, we ended up getting all 4 of them filled last night. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we filled them a little bit more this morning already. We repotted those 3 blueberry bushes right there, there, and there. And then we put all the extra dirt that we have in all of these pots already. We have pot, 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 pot. And then we have extras over here. Because a lot of these pots will be up here on our patio. And then some of the pots will stay down here with different herbs and flowers to attract pollinators. So I'm starting to lay out, like here, I think it's going to be my strawberries. I already have a plan. I just have to review it and make sure it's going to work. So all of these raised beds are 3 feet by 6 feet. And then they are 17 inches tall. So I made this little grid that has 6 feet. So each box is 1 square foot by 3 feet. And basically I had made up, sorry, there's a little breeze again today, which is going to be so nice. I made up like a little grid of what's going to go where. And now that we have everything and we've bought a whole bunch of the plants, this isn't everything. I know I still need a couple more tomato plants and stuff. But now that we have all the plants, I'm going to set them in and see if that's like truly what I want. And then we just had rock delivered. Let me go show you that. All right, then this is 3 tons of rock that we got delivered this morning. We had to rent a U-Haul truck to get all the dirt, and so we're just in the process of starting to like clean that out, and we need to clean the trailer out. And then we want to go buy some cattle panel for trellises and do a couple other errands too. So this rock, we ended up doing river rock so that it's curved so that we can walk on it barefooted, because me and the kids are barefoot people. Like, we love walking around without shoes. So still busy. I almost feel like it's more humid than it was yesterday. So let's see, it's only 9:18 in the morning and it is hot as can be out already. All right, so back out. All these strawberries will be getting transplanted down to those, and then this will probably be for flowers, because we will probably keep this up on the top deck so that it can be like shaded plants. Because this pergola, I don't know how well you could see this, it ends up giving us 90% coverage with how all these grates are slatted and spaced. And it's like 20 degrees cooler up here than what it is down there in the sun. And it's a huge difference, huge difference. So happy that we ended up like purchasing, like ended up investing in this, because they are expensive. But best thing ever. All right, so what I'm going to do is grab, like, this was my initial one that I was just trying to figure out exactly where. So this is the circle, this is the stairs going down to that lower patio. And then I was trying to figure out how many boxes we were gonna need. And so this was kind of the original one, and I was trying to put what plants would go into what, and it turned out to be so small that it was harder. And then I ended up doing this. So what I'm going to do is try to correlate this with which box I wanted it in, see what we have as far as flowers and such, end up going and setting them in there and see what we think. Now if it gets too hot or too sunny, we're gonna have to wait until tonight because it's just gonna like almost burn these plants when we transplant. We do have a big shade canopy that we can put up though, so we'll kind of see. Right, the kids worked on getting this upper patio set up here. I'll have to see if I want to rug up there or not. And then flowers, we are making good leeway on getting them in here. So I'll show you what I got. Right here, this is a lavender plant, so this is a perennial. It will come back. I might put it into the ground like in the fall, but I haven't decided quite yet. I just really like that purple against this teal pot. I thought it was really pretty. Then these are my geraniums, and I always put a spike in between them, so that's 4 nice sized ones, and these are going to be beautiful, and they end up producing flowers like basically all spring, summer, and fall. So that's why I really enjoy the geraniums. They do really well up here on our upper deck. And then these are salvias, and I kind of planted them a little close, and I hope that I don't regret that. But purple and red, those two colors together are just beautiful, and they have these really long flowers. So hummingbirds and butterflies absolutely love them, and of course we always welcome hummingbirds. We've already seen one this morning, and I have extra salvia too of multicolor. Sorry, it is windy out here. Let's go over here first. So those are 3 blueberry bushes. And then these are all peppers, and I haven't put them in yet because we're getting ready to go shopping, and I'm probably going to get some more plants. Those 2 are asparagus. These are strawberry plants. I swore I bought 8, but we're only finding 7 of them. I don't know, like I have all of the ones that we already used last year too. So this bed is going to be full of strawberries, and we love them. Oh my gosh, they never ever go to waste, that's for sure. Oh yeah, the wind's getting them. Oh, and our flowers on our strawberry plants for last year are white, and these flowers are pink, so I think that's going to look really cute together. And then these are tomato plants. Sorry, my hands, like I've already washed them a little bit, but they're messy. These 2 are cherry tomato plants, and then that's a big tomato plant. But we want to get more, and when we were looking on Friday when we were buying stuff, they just didn't have them in stock. And so we're going to look for them today. And then these are a purple basil and then a sweet basil. And basils grow really well with tomatoes. So if you have them within a foot, which my plan is like basil's going to go all the way across the front here. If you have them within a foot of a tomato plant, it actually increases the productivity and the output of the tomato plant. So that's our plan on doing that. And then over here, let me switch around. So lots of just empty pots still. This is another lavender one, and I put it in a pretty big pot because you could see from the one up there that it gets pretty big pretty quickly. And then this smells so good. This is mint. It's actually chocolate mint mentha is what it says. It smells so good, but that can be a really invasive plant and take over stuff. So I definitely wanted that in a pot. It can get like 24 inches tall, so I think I'm going to use like bamboo and make a trellis out of bamboo for that one. So, all right, we're getting ready to go and buy some trellises and some more plants and keep rolling on this project. We just got home from going to the local like farm stock store, and we got these huge cattle panels. They didn't have like 8-foot ones like we wanted. I wanted 2 16-foot ones and 3 8-foot. And so we settled with 3 16-foot, and then we got a whole bunch of T-bars, which they didn't have enough of those either. Like I said, we have all this rock and soil. And then up here, we got a T-bar driver, and then we got like some straw to mulch on top of the plants. So we're ready to work more. Sorry, there's a loud diesel truck running across the road right now. So these cattle panels, they're humongous. They're sitting there, so it's 50 inches or 51 inches across and then 16 feet long. And we are using ratchet straps, I think is what they're called, to make our archway. So this is what we're starting with. We want it 5 foot apart, so we're trying to make it nice and even so that the arch ends up landing at the right spot. It's very hard to get it on camera, I feel like. So we're just working on this. Real feel outside right now, 97 degrees. All right, we just got done installing the first arch. I'm so excited. It's turning out exactly like I envisioned. And we just talked with our neighbor and they said their pool is opening on Friday. So in like 3 to 4 more days, we get a beautiful view. It's like so crystal blue and it just looks so beautiful sitting up here. Our patio is a hot mess right now, but sitting up here and looking out to it, oh my gosh, it's a beautiful, beautiful view. So I haven't done any more planting because it's just way too hot. Like I said, real feel is 97 degrees. All right, so here's our arch. It's so beautiful. So I'm going to plant stuff in pots to trellis up it. And I don't know, I have green beans that need to trellis. I might do cantaloupe or watermelon. And then we're gonna do cucumbers, so I just have to choose what's gonna be there. And then we'll have like some trellises on other beds. I might do a round trellis here, but I'm in between because originally we weren't gonna do this walk under arch. Like literally, the kids get to run in between it to go to the playground. So it's gonna be so beautiful and so fun. But yeah, now I need to configure like what is going where. All right, I'm going inside for a little bit. My husband has blisters on the back of his neck from the sun, so bad. Look at her, she's waiting for the neighbor's puppies to come out and play. But yeah, he has blisters on the back of his neck because it is so freaking hot outside. So I finally told him, let's go inside and be done with this because I'm really scared of him feeling sick and ill from all of the sun. So, all right, we will check back in. We'll keep bringing you along on our little gardening adventures. All right, is a few hours later. It's 4:49. We dropped Lexi off at dance and then we went to a local greenhouse area and we got all these. This looks so cool. It looks neon in real life. I don't know if you could tell that. I've got this really beautiful rose flower. I know it doesn't look like rose. It is called, where's the edge? There we go. It is a Lucky Sunrise Rose. So this one looked really, really pretty. We've got, these are Cal Sweet Bush watermelons. And then I also got for watermelons, where are you? Where'd my watermelons go? Right here. Right next to where we were looking. So these are Crimson Sweet watermelons. They're different sizes and they end up growing at different rates and stuff. So that's why I got a few. Then we've got some sugar melons, some classic cantaloupes. And then this over here is some pizza Greek oregano. And then we also got some straight 8 cucumbers. And that might be, oh, this one, tomato Rapunzel. This looks really fun. My son absolutely loves tomatoes like this, so we ended up doing that for him. And then we go, I put mine over here on the stairs. We're getting ready to pot a whole bunch more because it is shaded over, even though it's still super hot. So these are some coleus. I got some more strawberry plants, like right there. It has, I think, 8 or 10 of them. And then these are the tomato plants we ended up finding, and they look so, so good. They're the bigger varieties. Like I think we got a beefsteak, we might have gotten a big boy, and then I think there's a cherry one there. So we are going to put some additives into these 4 and start kind of getting stuff in them. So we have one of our raised gardens all done. They will still have like seeds for radishes and onions and chives and a whole bunch of other stuff, but this is what I'm getting done for tonight. So we put T-posts. These are 7.5 foot T-posts so that I can run strings in between, and this is going to be my trellis for my tomato plants. So here in the back we have 4 big tomato plants. These will be like the big tomatoes, and then these are like cherry or Roma or grape tomato types. And so as they grow, I'll add more strings so that they can trellis up them. Then here on the edge I put some marigolds. I'm probably going to put a second line of marigolds, but that's what I'm doing for the night so far. And then because it ends up getting like 8 across, and those end up getting so big. And then I have my purple basil and my sweet basil right there. Like I said, we still have chives and oregano and a whole bunch of other stuff that we're probably going to put in here, and then carrots. Like all these open spaces are going to end up getting utilized, which is a great part of raised bedding or raised beds. There's all of my marigolds, and then over here this is going to be all strawberry, so I kind of have them spaced out. That has 10 plants in it, and then we have a lot more plants up in our other raised bed. We ended up cutting a trellis that is a little over 5 foot, almost 6 foot in length, so we'll put 2 T-posts here and put the trellis up, and then I can grow like cucumbers or green beans, or I haven't decided exactly what. Over here, this is going to be our pepper bed. So we have 4 different types of peppers that are going in there. And then same thing, we cut this trellis so that we can end up putting it up. And for the night, I think that is all. I've got to get cleaned up so that I can go get supper done.
Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
Good morning, y'all. It is literally just turned 7 o'clock on Thursday morning, and tomorrow we have a chance of severe storms moving through, so that means I need to get our garden done today, or as much of it done as I can today. Yesterday was a busy day running the kids to a whole bunch of different appointments. You know how that goes. So today is getting the garden done. It's been so hot, plus yesterday was just way too hot to be able to work in it. It was like real feel 102, but the humidity was like 70%. So I think after days of being out in the really bad heat in the sun, we took a 1-day break. So, minus that dog barking every now and then, which doesn't happen often, I love the morning time out here in the garden. You can hear all the birds. It's so peaceful. It's just like, I don't know, this mellowness of everything waking up. Alright, so a lot of these things I need my husband's help with, because like we were gonna do an arch over this bed, and so I need his help getting that installed. And maybe I will go ahead and plant this stuff first though, because it's hard, because I don't want to ruin it in installing the arch, but at the same time I don't want to work underneath the arch nonstop. So we'll see. I think the arch is going to be high enough that that's not going to be a concern. These watermelons, because they trellis to like 10 feet, I want to use this trellis for them. So we have 2, I swear we had 3 of these. So I gotta find the other one where it went. And then 2 on that side. And so hopefully we get a good turnout for watermelons. Then over here is going to be our peppers. So we kind of have that going. This is our strawberry bed, and on the back there will be our cantaloupe and our honeydew. And then over here is like all my tomatoes and marigolds and basil, and then I'm going to put a lot more of things in here also. So I'm going to start by being over here, and I want to put another strand of string, like another layer, because as you can see, like this one and this one is growing very well, and it's not going to be long before they need extra string, so we're going to get it done.
Tonight we're running on the right track. I know we never gonna look back. Oh, I just wanna have a good time. Call me whatever, 'cause I'm up for anything like that. Oh no, we don't wanna do slow-mo, so tonight we just let go. To the beat in the streets, every freak out, singing like, singing like,
So as you saw, my husband came out and started helping. This might be hard to see against that pretty white fencing. But we put in 2 T-posts, and then I have a really tall trellis. I need to measure how tall this trellis is. And as of right now, that's where my cantaloupe's going. I put in a few more strings so that tomatoes can go up. Then over here, I want like an arch trellis over this if this ends up working out. So here we have a 16-foot cattle panel, and my husband's getting ready to cut it down, so it's 33.5 inches. Well, it'll be a little less than that because we're these boxes here. I'll show you on this arch. So 33.5 lands in between them, so we gotta cut closer to it so there's not sharp edges. And so he's going to cut that cattle panel up there to be the right height of this. I dug out all my strawberries that were up in a pot on the upper deck, and that's where we grew them last year. They did really, really well up there. But they're a full sun plant, and that gets partial shade. So we're going to try it down here. And then by each of these posts, you can't see it as well behind there, and then 2 in the middle. These 3 are cantaloupe, and this is a honeydew. So they can trellis all the way up here. And so this is looking exactly how I had envisioned. And then look at that arch, guys. So it's almost the same exact height as that arch, which is actually like making me happy. It's working out really well. And now I'm in between. So I was going to grow my watermelons over here, but I'm kind of in between if I want to do them over here because they need a lot of soil, and we're having a hard time. Like, we have these big pots, but we don't have enough of them, and then we're like, how's it going to look? So I wanted a big trough basically right here, but we're not finding any that are like only a foot wide so that we could still walk through to get to this side of this bed. And so I'm halfway considering, now that I see that this arch would be big enough for our watermelons, letting them be in here. So I need to redo, let's see, because then my cucumbers and my green beans can come on this arch, which they have prettier, bigger flowers. So or not flowers, but leaves. So I like that idea. That was my original idea. And they don't need as big of pots. So like I can easily put 2 cucumbers in this or what have you. And then, let's see, and watermelon you don't want to dry out either. And I feel like having a big raised bed, that'll help out. And then I have to see, I was going to put my cabbage in here, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even eat cabbage, but cabbage is beautiful when it is grown. And so I have to make sure I can do cabbage with watermelon. So companion planting is what you end up Googling to see what you can and cannot place together. And that's why I haven't put any of these flowers in, even though I had them all placed yesterday. And then same with this one. I haven't put any in because changing what's trellising over there can change what's going to trellis right here. So, and I knew honeydew was going to stay here. So I went ahead and put those in. All right, let's keep going. I'm so excited, you guys. Good morning. It is, I think, like 9 or 9:30, maybe not even that late yet. As you can see, we have set up the back patio. It's not completely done though. So our table's out and our seating area over here. We got this one all set up too. So now this is the day the storm's going to be coming, and it says around 3 or 4. So we're trying to get stuff done here. Here's all the rest of the flowers that need to go everywhere. I've been busy getting all the vegetables in, and so we will work on the flowers here in a few. We need to hang this sign up, but that's something that doesn't have to get done today. These we are switching to go down there. We have a baby cardinal up there. I don't think we could see it. I can't see it from here. Yesterday we could. But yeah, there's a baby cardinal. They're very noisy. These are doing really good. Everything I've transplanted so far is doing really, really well. Our yard is a hot mess. But look at all this progress we have made. Oh my gosh, so much progress. We gotta get all these flowers in. Lots of butterfly attracting and bee attracting. I have a big old fat bumblebee that keeps on coming and visiting every single day. So we have our watermelon, our cabbage, marigolds, and then a whole bunch of carrots, onions, radishes in this bed. And this one has the big old trellis over it for the watermelon, so that's so exciting. And then my husband put in this little walkaway, and this is the river rock that we're gonna put around everything. So super cute here too. Here is that Gorilla cart that I'll try to link. So this will have green beans, and we'll have cucumbers trellising up it. And so we ended up getting these, it's called a wood look elevated garden bed from Sam's Club. We already had one, we bought a second one because it's kind of the perfect size to be able to plant stuff at the bottom and trellis up. Our soil is clay soil, nothing grows in it hardly. And then this is our pepper one, and then I think I'm gonna do green beans and maybe half cucumbers up this. And then we have spinach, basil, sweet salad mix, and then carrots and buncheon onions over there. And so super cute. Look how my daughter spelt basil. Alright, so there's all that. And I don't know if I showed you guys that we put another trellis up, and then this one has a trellis also. See, you hear those cardinals, they're noisy birds. This is our strawberry bed, and I started putting straw down in it. So we have 2 different kinds of new strawberries, and then all our older strawberries are back here and they're doing good. And then I have cantaloupe, 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 and honeydew, and those will trellis up this. And then over here is our tomato bed. So I have a row of marigolds, and then I did seeds of marigolds. Here in the middle is a chives one, and then here is also more chives. I don't think I realized I put those right next to each other. That's okay, I can always move this bigger chives bush and let the seeds do their work. But chives are good next to, chives and basil are good next to tomatoes. It helps with the flavor and helps with growing. So here's basil and here's basil, and then these are our cherry tomatoes or smaller tomatoes, and these are our big boy tomatoes, like Better Boy, beefsteak, big boy, and oh, this is a tomato Rapunzel. If you haven't seen one of those, you should look it up. It looks super cute. And then we have husky cherry red, grape tomatoes, and then husky cherry red. So over here is some, it's called pizza oregano, and then I put more chives, row of marigolds, and then row of marigold seeds. And then in the back, my daughter took onions that my husband had been eating, and she had them in this water glass growing like bigger roots, and so she just went ahead and she planted those. So that's really cute too. All right, and then over here is our mint that's so strong smelling, and our lavender. So we need to keep going. I'm going to put straw around all this kind of stuff here real quick. Oh, and guys, I found what those tomato Rapunzels look like. So look at that. Aren't those cute? So we just got this from our local garden supply shop. Oops, you can't read upside down. So they grow 5 to 6 feet. It takes 67 to 72 days average to mature. And so I don't know, I'm really excited about it. My son loves little cherry tomatoes like this, so I think he's gonna love it too. So all of the different things I end up keeping so I can refer back to them, but otherwise my daughter didn't do it, so I might need to go back and do it. But if you look, when I did this bed last night, like I put carrots short and sweet 68 days, May 12th. So May 12th is the day that I ended up planting it. Radish royal purple 33 days, May 12th. We have buncheon onions Tokyo long white. That's the kind that they are. And then 65 to 70 days, May 12th. More radish cherry bell 22 days, May 12th. Anyways, that way I can kind of calculate out when I can start harvesting at the earliest. And then like this one, we put butterfly bush and we wrote perennial so that we know like that one can come back and don't yank it out at the end of the season. So I'm going to be planting stuff over there, but I want to wait a few weeks. Like all this will kind of get harvested, and I don't want to harvest like non-stop radishes on the same week and then not have more. And so I'm going to wait a couple weeks and then put more in so that it's kind of a steady stream. A little tip for you guys too, I've made this little seed bucket that I'm just carrying around with me instead of trying to keep track of all these little seed pods. And so any ones that I have used but have more, I have them kind of down a little bit, and I can end up taping these when we go inside, but that way I can easily access them again. And then any that aren't open are towards the back, and then any that I've used all the way, they're folded in half, but I'm not throwing them away yet because I can refer back to them on like stuff that's on the back. I'm carrying around a couple Sharpies in it, and then I have these little planner labels, and that way I can label as I go. And then I have scissors in case anything needs pruning or I need help opening something or something such as that. I still need to get our garlic in, and then I have more of these onions. So I think they say if I want large onions, basically just put them in, keep them in longer, and then you dry them out after you end up harvesting them. So I'm going to get the rest of those in. I don't know if that'll be today or sometime next week, but the garlic needs to be getting in, and I have the place for that. And then over here, I have cucumbers that aren't open yet. I have sunflowers that aren't opened yet. And then we are going to be doing these garden beans. They're the big kahuna. And so I have them pre-soaking. I started this yesterday, and you can see the shells are starting to break off a little bit. That just helps germinate them, and like supposedly gets you 3 to 5 days further in the process than normally would happen. So we're going to be doing those. My husband's working on filling those troughs with dirt. So this dirt is from a couple of years, and it's still perfectly fine. We just need to, like, half of it's going to be this dirt, half of it's going to be fresh dirt. So okay, more stuff done. So this is normally my inside plant. Sorry, my hands are like black. My inside plant. I moved it out a few weeks ago. Yesterday in the heat, it got a little bit of sunburnt, but usually it's happy right here because it gets shaded over so early in the morning. And then we have our geraniums, a spike plant, and coleus, I think is how you say it, and this is going to get really tall, so that's why I put it in the back. I just have to make sure it doesn't get overshaded from all these other plants. If it does, I can kind of move this one around. This fern plant I always have here. I haven't put that into soil yet. It's just sitting in its pot. We have a hot mess going on here. Gas can, because we need to go get gas so we can mow our yard. Then over here, I think I already showed this one, geraniums with a spiky plant. I always like to put spiky plants in between geraniums. I think it looks really, really cute. Then over here we have, are these impatient? No, they're just, it's a combo. It doesn't say exactly what it is, but it kind of reminds me of impatiens or petunias. Here is a lavender one, and I just put straw mulch around these. And then when we come over here, this one I'm really excited for as it grows because it makes me feel like tropical feels. So coleus. So this is a smaller one, and it vines really long, so I plan on it vining up this trellis, which is really cute. And then these are begonias, and they end up getting huge. Like last year I had a pot full like this big, and they were massive and tropical. So we'll see if all these can stay in the same pot. And then these two get really tall, so this trellis will help that we can end up holding them. We still have this to take care of, which I'm getting ready to do because I'm working on the archway down there, and that's where I need it. And then, yep, still a hot mess, getting messier before it gets better. That's fine. We'll do a big cleanup when it's time. All right, so big overview from up here about what's going on. As you can see, we have mulched most of it. It's a super hot day. It's going to be raining. This mulch will keep everything nice and moist. All right, so my husband's putting all of the rock down around, and it's looking beautiful. It's a super hot day. Here is blueberries, and then I added some onion and thyme in here. And then we just put straw. This doesn't have straw on it because I still need to put stuff in there, and I need to figure out what I want to put in there real quick. And then I have, this is baby's breath, and the other trough is going to go right here with green beans trellising up it, and I'm going to put the baby's breath with it. This is a butterfly bush I need to figure out. 2 more blueberry bushes. I put straw around it. This is going to be my cucumber side that's going to trellis up. We're getting ready to do it, but I need to put fertilizer and all that kind of stuff in it first because we forgot to before I started planting. And then here, my daughter is putting down all the straw, but basically we have basil, spinach, sweet salad mix, bunching onions, carrots, alternating right here, and the carrots are kaleidoscope, so they're all different colors, and then more basil on the end. Marigolds do really great with peppers and tomatoes, and then back here on half of it I'm going to do green beans to trellis up, and then on the other half I'm going to do cucumbers to trellis up. So other than that, here's strawberry bed. Those are the same. Over here I think the only thing we ended up doing in the back, my daughter had planted the onions. I just moved a few of them over so that I could plant garlic over there. And so all this is the same. I think this bed is complete at this point. And then we did straw for the mint and the lavender. And then I'm trying to just put together something here in the middle to attract all the pollinators and be pretty. I had 2 more cabbage plants left, and they didn't get watered last night. I was just going to let them die and go to waste, which makes me feel really bad, but I decided to throw them in a pot because they'd be really, really pretty. And so we'll see what happens with those. This is a Gerber daisy, and then more smaller daisies, and then a butterfly plant. And so we've already seen tons of bees and everything around here, which is really great. That's the goal. Every flower needs pollinated. This one, so many wasps. This one's tired of wasps. So these don't attract the wasps. It's because like here in the edge we have wasps that live, and then underneath the deck, like in the deck posts, we have wasps that live every year. Yeah, in some of the gutters. We've done a lot of research about wasps and like good ways to get rid of them. Basically, once a wasp or a bee makes its nest, it comes back every single year to remake that nest. So it doesn't matter how much you knock it down, they come back to the same spot. So ever since we've moved in, we've had wasp issues. And I just kind of tell the kids, leave them alone and have fun, and hopefully they don't get stung. I feel like 1 kid ends up stung each year, just 1 out of 4, and it kind of alternates who. So it's just part of having stuff. So here's all the gravel my husband's putting down.
Mom.
Yes, ma'am.
I could find some playhouse code. I could find.
Oh, don't say the playhouse code. No, don't say that on here. All right, they've been playing in the clubhouse over here. So this is their little archway they get to walk through to come down to their playground. So it'll be cute and nice. We have a little shed back there that we store everything. And then we have a big mess here. And then we built this clubhouse over here. It's probably a mess. They've been playing in it, so I don't know what I'm walking into at all. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, okay, let's show you the good part. We didn't finish the roof. We had considered it. We decided to leave it open. And then
it's been baking open, and the wasps don't even know what they're doing.
Oh, she said wasps have been getting in here. So we made this last summer. 2 summers ago, actually, already. So we put shiplap on the wall, and we're considering like whitewashing it. We just haven't gotten to it yet because part of us think it's really pretty. They have a table and chairs in here, as you can see, to be able to color, which they were doing yesterday, but this is a hot mess. They even have like a cheese string wrapper in here. So this is something that needs addressed today. This is an outside toy. Usually all these toys are up against the wall. Yes, ma'am.
I really want to paint the puppet over.
Oh, you don't paint it. Mommy and Daddy will say when it's time, okay? You promise? She's a hot mess, and yes, she's still in her pajama top from yesterday.
I'm not in my pants.
Yep, she changed her shorts, but we've literally been outside since like 7 this morning. And she woke up after 7, so I have not gotten her ready for the day because we're trying to get everything done before storms move in and before it gets too hot. Anyways, this is like a little farmer's market thing that's usually up against the wall. Hey kiddos, guess what you guys get to clean? Y'all get to clean in here now because wow, you guys wreaked havoc. This looks really bad, but it just goes in that gray and white bin, so that's not too bad. outside toy. Then usually there is like a kitchen section. We ended up grabbing this from our neighbors when they redid their kitchen because we thought we would want like a big countertop in here, but it just kind of looks big. So we're not quite sure if that's going to stay. We might put it out to trash that somebody else can grab it. And then this is for all their baby stuff also. And then they have their kitchen thing. So it all just needs reorganized, which we did have it organized, but wow, look at it. And then this door, Berkey's showing you, we ended up making it so it can hinge open. So
it won't go all the way sometimes.
Yeah, so that part closes and then they could get airflow, and then we made 3 out of 4 of the windows can open so they get good airflow too. This stays warm enough that they can play in here during the winter also, which is awesome. And then we even decorated it. Don't worry, she has shorts on. It just looks like she doesn't. We also decorated it for Christmas on the outside, so that was really, really exciting. So, all right, so we just wanted to make something fun. Like I said, they can even play in here during the winter time because it stays warm enough. And then we might stain the floor like a dark color. That's why we haven't put like all the molding around the end, because when we stain it, we don't want it getting up on the shiplap. So it'd be dark stain floor and then white walls, which would be so cute. Me and the kids also might make like little curtains and everything. All right, guys, oh my gosh, I even have dirt on my forehead and I think that just made it worse. This is what it looks like though. This is real life. We haven't homeschooled at all this week because it's finally the first week that is actually nice enough outside, and so we want to enjoy that weather. It's been super, super hot and before the storms hit and I have to work all weekend. We need to mow the yard and finish this garden area the best that we can. AKA I need to get plants in the ground that need to be growing, and then plants that we don't want to have to worry about watering all weekend and everything. So the kids are going to get at cleaning this mess, and I'm going to go finish that mess so that I can clean this mess. All right, let's keep going.
I never felt tomorrow closing in this fast.
The kids are cleaning the clubhouse, AKA they called me down there to say how clean it was because they pulled it all out. Neighbor's pool is getting uncovered. It's green right now. It will be bright blue. It's so beautiful to look over there. And then we are hot. We're getting ready to stop for lunch finally. I think it's like right at noon.
It's 12:15.
It's 12:15. That's what we're working with. I've got to move a few more things for it to be more clear. These pots are going to kind of stay in the middle because it's a whole bunch of pretty flowers and such. And then I'm getting ready to blow all the dirt and the straw and stuff off. So we're almost there. We're getting there. We are tired after a whole entire week of working. All right, so there it is. I blew it off. It's not perfect. It's better. It needs sprayed down, but I'm not going to do that right now because they're shocking the pool and I don't want to like blow everything over into their pool and stuff. So hopefully the rains tonight kind of take care of some of it naturally.
As a young girl, it feels we're mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world. I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me, take me back, all the way back to them days. Running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot. No mistake ever kept me late. We spent summers catching One big smile across my face. We used to dance our way to church on Sundays. Mama set the pace. Daydream.